So how do you create that value? How do you make sure your sales team has the right stuff to do that?
Well, that's a real challenge because a lot of the weaknesses and strengths that salespeople have are not as observable as most managers think they are. You know, frequently we meet managers and the managers feel as though they have a very, very strong understanding of their sales force. And the data shows, and the reality is, that the weaknesses that prevent salespeople from really being able to achieve, to being able to sell value in a modern market, aren't easily detectable. And by what I mean by that is, in order to really be the value, a salesperson has to engage a customer in a challenging, difficult conversation. And as a result of the conversation, the customer needs to come away from the conversation having an understanding of something unique and different about their business, and from that conclude that the salesperson really gets their business and can help them in a way that nobody else can. So that's a challenge. And to be able to determine whether you have the sufficient sales DNA to be able to do that or it can be developed really requires an organization to kind of benchmark their sales operation and figure out, do the salespeople that I currently have the skill set? If they don't, what are the gaps? Do I have the right people in the right seats? Do my systems, strategies, and training all support that type of truly consultative selling where the salesperson really can be the value? Because the way that markets are presently structured, with the presence of the internet, selling into markets that are highly what we call disruptive, meaning there is competition from sources that nobody's seen ever, right? You're competing against integrators. You're competing in all these people that you never knew that were even your competition. And for a salesperson to be the value means they have to sell differently than they did 10 years ago. A salesperson who continues to sell they did 10 years ago is largely redundant to the internet. A buyer right now can go online, in 3 or 4 clicks, they can get almost any piece of information they want, almost any piece of pricing information they want. So the salesperson really needs to transcend that and be the value, otherwise they're going to be redundant and useless.